Most people hate working late in the office. I used to enjoy it. The building was quiet after 8 p.m. The constant noise of phones, printers, and coworkers disappeared, leaving only the hum of fluorescent lights and the distant buzz of the air conditioning. I worked as a graphic designer in a small marketing company located on the 6th floor of an older office building. During the day, the place felt normal, busy, even cheerful. But at night, it felt different. That night I stayed until almost 10 p.m. finishing a project for a client who needed last-minute revisions. Everyone else had already left. At least, I thought they had. Around 9:30 p.m., while adjusting a logo on my screen, I heard something strange. Typing. At first I assumed someone from another department was still working late. But the typing sounded close. Too close. It was coming from the cubicle behind me. I slowly turned in my chair. The cubicle was empty. The monitor was off. The keyboard sat perfectly still. I stared for a moment before shaking it off. Maybe I had imagined it. I returned to my work. 5 minutes later, it happened again. Typing. Fast. Aggressive. Like someone was typing an email in a hurry. My heart began to race. I stood up and walked to the cubicle. Still empty. I leaned over the desk. The computer suddenly turned on by itself. The monitor flickered to life. Words began appearing on the screen. Not slowly. Not letter by letter. But instantly. A full sentence appeared. You shouldn't stay this late. I froze. My stomach dropped. I looked around the office. The lights flickered slightly. I rushed back to my desk and grabbed my bag. As I walked toward the exit, I heard the typing again. Louder now. Faster. Like someone was slamming the keyboard. Just before I reached the elevator, every office computer screen in the room lit up at the same time. I turned around. Every monitor displayed the same message. We don't like people who stay late. I quit that job 2 weeks later. But sometimes when I pass that building at night, I swear I see computer screens glowing inside. Even though the office moved out months ago. I worked night security at a corporate building downtown. The job was boring. Most nights, I just sat in the security room watching camera feeds. 30 screens showed every hallway, entrance, and office in the building. The building officially closed at 7 p.m. After that, only security remained. Or at least that was the rule. One night around 2 a.m., I noticed movement on camera 14. It showed a hallway on the 5th floor. Someone walked past the camera. A tall figure, wearing what looked like an office suit. I frowned. No one was supposed to be in the building. I grabbed my radio. Control to floor 5. Anyone up there? No response. I kept watching the monitor. The hallway was empty again. I assumed someone had stayed late without telling security. So I rewound the footage. That's when things got strange. The figure didn't walk normally. It glided. Its feet never touched the floor. I leaned closer to the screen. The video suddenly glitched. Static filled the monitor. Then the image returned. The hallway camera now showed the figure standing directly in front of the camera. Its face was impossible to see. Just darkness. Then every camera in the room switched feeds at the same time. All 30 screens. Every camera now showed the same hallway. And the same figure. Standing closer each second. Closer. Closer. Until its face filled the entire screen. The lights in the security room suddenly shut off. Complete darkness. My monitors went black. My radio began to crackle. Then a voice whispered through it. Slow. Cold. Right next to my ear. Security isn't supposed to see us. The power came back on seconds later. Every camera feed was normal again. Empty hallways. Quiet offices. Nothing out of place. But I never worked another night shift there again. The call center I worked at was open 24 hours. Hundreds of employees worked there in rotating shifts. During the day it was loud. Phones ringing, people talking, supervisors walking between rows of desks. But during the night shift, the building felt completely different. Most of the lights were dimmed. Only a few dozen employees remained on the floor. That's when the strange things started happening. Employees began complaining about hearing someone whispering through their headsets. At first, supervisors assumed it was audio interference. But the whispers didn't sound like static. They sounded like words. The first person who reported it was a woman named Sandra. She told our manager that while she was helping a customer, another voice spoke through her headset. Not the caller. Something else. A whisper. Right inside her ear. It said, "Don't stay here." Everyone laughed it off. Until the same thing happened to someone else. Then another person. Within a week, 6 employees had reported hearing the whispers. Management blamed faulty equipment and replaced dozens of headsets. But the whispers continued. One night, I experienced it myself. I was handling a late-night customer call about a billing issue. The caller was explaining something when I heard breathing in my headset. Slow breathing. Not the caller. Someone else. Then a whisper. So quiet I almost missed it. "Leave now." I froze. The caller on the phone asked if I was still there. Before I could answer, every phone on the call center floor rang at the same time. Hundreds of phones. All ringing. Every employee stared at each other. The supervisors looked confused. We were receiving calls, but no customers were speaking. Just silence. Then every employee heard the same whisper through their headset. At the same moment, "Why are you still here?" Half the night shift quit that week, and the building closed the following year. Some say the company moved to a new location, but others say something darker happened. Because if you pass that building late at night, you can still see the lights flickering on the call center floor. And, sometimes, phones ringing inside. If you enjoyed these creepy, true haunted workspace horror stories, don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe for more terrifying true horror stories every week on the Horror Whisper channel. And remember, sometimes the scariest places aren't haunted houses.